Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So in this video, we're going to take a look and count down my top 5 drivers of 2025. Let's jump straight into it. Okay, so like I said, we're going to take a look at my personal top 5 drivers of 2025. We've seen lots of great product out there. I've done lots of fitting here in the studio throughout the season with a lot of club golfers. So I've used part of that as my breakdown for my top 5, as well as some of my personal feedback through the clubs themselves and my testing that I do, obviously, for my YouTube channel. So I just wanted to give a shout out to today's sponsor, ELG Golf. They provide high quality football themed head covers, accessories, so you can really support your beloved football team while you're out on the golf course. And they've just brought out a new little range as well, some beer themed head covers also. So these will make fantastic gifts, obviously coming into Christmas, and I've got a discount code for you guys. So 15% off anything on their website. Use my promo code MNGolfCoach in checkout on the ELG website. All the links are in the description underneath this video. So let's kick things off. Coming in at number 5 is the Cobra DS Adapt. Now Cobra for me have always sort of flown a little bit under the radar, and the product has got better year on year, and I think the DS Adapt has been a fantastic driver for them for 2025. They introduced obviously the changeable neck sleeve with 33 different settings, the most we've seen from any other brand. And to be honest, when I first looked at it, it just looked very, very complicated. But then when you get into it and you use the graph that they provide, it's actually not. It's quite simple to use. And we've seen some great results from this through fitting on the neck sleeve, just changing it to try and protect a certain golfer's miss or trying to promote a certain ball flight that particular golfer's looking for. So as I'm going to run through these, I'm just going to hit a few shots. I've put myself out in the sunnier climates because it's currently 2 degrees here in Penrith. I've put myself out in the sunnier climates of Dubai, where we've just seen the DP World Tour Championship played at the Earth course. So on the famous 18th hole, which we saw a very dramatic eagle from Mr. McIlroy to force a playoff. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get it over the line in the playoff. That's a beautiful ball flight. That's a cracker to kick things off. I mean, for me, it's a great looking driver. It's a great sounding driver as well. As I say, lots of adjustability on there. Look at that. I'll take that in a playoff. It's going to run the water. That is position, eh? Now, obviously, they do some different models, don't they? You know, we've got the 10K version, the Ultimate Forgiveness, we've got the standard one, we've got the X, and now we've got the LSs for the low spin. So trying to really cater for all types of golfers. But for me, it's a great looking golf club, great sounding golf club, and with a price point that was just a little bit lower than most of the other big brands out there. Oh, that's bombed as well. I might move this up in my rankings after those 2 drives. Yeah, that feels phenomenal. So I think Cobra are definitely making big strides in that driver category, and that is going in at my number 5. So coming in at number 4 is the TaylorMade Qi10. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, why has that not gone higher in my rankings? I just feel like the Qi10 maybe hasn't been TaylorMade's strongest driver from the previous models that they have launched. Qi10 was very popular. I think that was a very good driver. Qi10 I think just maybe hasn't quite stepped up the mark as what they might have thought. We even saw that on tour, didn't we? You know, McIlroy, Scheffler using Qi10. We've seen the launch of the new one. Obviously, it's not out yet, but we've seen glimpses of that on tour, and that has seemed to have gone straight in the bag. So maybe a real good upgrade coming very shortly or very early into the new year of 2026. Yeah, so the Qi10, I mean, it was a big footprint. It's a big shape. This is the standard Qi10 I've got in my hands here. It is quite a big footprint. That was a better one. A little bit off the bottom. I should find the fairway. So I say they did some different models in this. Again, they've got the 10K Max, huge footprint, the standard one, and then we've got the LS version as well. Tons of adjustability on the neck sleeve that TaylorMade have done for a long time, but I think I did like the colour of that. I believe they've gone a little bit darker with the new one. Oh, let's leak that one a little bit as well. But that very distinctive sound and feel of that 60 times carbon face. So that's coming in at my number 4 is the TaylorMade Qi10. So moving on now, number 3 of my top 5 drivers 2025 is the Callaway Elite. So lineup of Callaway Elites. Again, some different models to suit different types of golfers, where it's more draw bias, more forgiveness, or it's that triple diamond for the low spin. I was never a great fan of the actual initial look of the Elite from the bottom of the driver, if I'm being brutally honest, when I first saw it. But then in that playing position, it's a nice looking driver. Matte black top, like a darker frame section at the front, sat very square down by that golf ball. Tons of adjustability in the OptiFit sleeve that Callaway offer, and then some distribution of weight around the head. Triple diamond going front to back, the standard Elite's going from heel to toe. Ooh, it's got underneath that one a little bit, but it should be fine in that fairway. So lots of sort of AI technology into the Elite drivers with that AI face, you know, trying to really create those ball speeds across the entire club face. We've seen some really good results from this in our fittings, and it has been a popular driver for a lot of golfers out there. Obviously very popular on tour. We see a lot of the tour players using Elite. As I mentioned, it's a great looking driver for my eyes, and it's a good feel off the club face as well. I'm going to try and get it on that right line. I don't know if I can carry it that far. Ooh. Oof, just. I went for the tiger line then. Okay, so there we go. My number 3 is the Callaway Elite. So we're into the final 2. So pause the video, post comments down below. Let me know your thoughts, which one you think I'm going to go into number 2, and also which one is going to go in at number 1. So coming in at number 2 of my top 5 drivers of 2026 is the Ping G440. Phenomenal lineup from Ping yet again. They're just so consistent on their product releases. I think it's very refreshing that these are launched every sort of 18 months to 2 year sort of cycle. I think a lot of golfers like that and not swapping them every 12 months. It's a solid product. It's very stable, as we've seen in previous models, and they just keep on just making those little improvements year on year. So G440, we've got a Max, we've got the SFT draw biased, we've got the LST, which is the low spin version as well. This will be staying into the lineup for Ping for 2026. And there's a great example of the forgiveness. I've hit that so low in the heel and watch it just go, oh, miss that bunker. Oof, just. Watch it just go straight down the middle, and I just saw that bunker come into play. I think this big tungsten weight at the back, I think it's an 18 gram top of my head. Very, very stable sort of driver. Lots of adjustability yet again. And I think the big improvements that Ping have made over the last few generations is the sound of it. I think we've cast our minds back to G425. Again, a very, very good driver, but it was like a tin can. It was very, very sort of loud, and it did put a lot of golfers off actually in the fitting environment just with the sound of it. We saw great improvements in the G430 with the sound, and so much more again in the G440. So I think they've really got a very good lineup and strong moving again into 2026. That was a better one. And again, through our fitting sessions, they have been super, super popular. I think they've always got a very loyal fan base of Ping, and a lot of golfers have been really enjoying the drivers. So there we go. There's my number 2. Let's move into my number 1 pick of the top 5 drivers of 2025. So just before I announce my number 1, I'll just take this opportunity to thank you all for watching my videos. If you're enjoying it and you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it if you just take a second to just go and hit that subscribe button, and also ring the bell while you're there. Then you will not miss a video going forward. So my number 1 driver of 2025 is a Titleist GT lineup. This has been phenomenal in our fittings. I'm a massive fan of the Titleist myself, just in regards to, I think they tick a lot of boxes for me. The look of it is fantastic. Very clean sort of look, sits incredibly square. They don't do anything too funky, Titleist. I don't think they'll ever change that beautiful sort of shaping that they've always had in a lot of the drivers over many, many generations of their products. the sound and the feel of the club face is solid. It sounds absolutely immense off the club face. So I think they just seem to tick all the right boxes for me in this category. Oh, gone for the Tiger line. I've hit it good. Can it make it? I think we saw the Callaway one just make it. Oh, that one has made it onto the fairway. That is the Tiger line. So obviously we see GT1, the light club, light shaft, light grip for the club head speed gains for the slower golfers out there. GT2, really very forgiving driver. GT3, a little bit more, maybe low spin, a bit more compact sort of head. And I've got the GT4, very low spin, very much a compact head. So 4 different models, and they all have that really, really good, for me, a great look down by that golf ball. And very similar to the Ping, I think Titleist have, yes, it is probably one of the most expensive products out there actually in terms in that driver category. But they do have that 18-month sort of cycle again, and I think so many golfers like that. They don't want to be buying a driver, say, 2 or 3 months into a launch, because they know then, you know, there's not actually that long left before then it's going to get replaced. And you know, these drivers aren't cheap nowadays, are they? So I think these 18-month sort of cycles definitely create a bit more of a loyal fan base. That's not a bad hit. That could be wet though. It's going to leak a little bit too much, I think. Or it might just hang on. Ooh, just hanging on by the skin of its teeth. Okay, so there's my number 1 driver for 2025. For me, is a Titleist GT lineup. Okay, everybody, so appreciate you watching the video. Just comment down below. Have I got that order correct? Is there any drivers I've missed out that you feel should be in that top 5? I'd love to hear your feedback as always. So do drop your comments underneath this video. Appreciate you watching as always. Hopefully catch up with you all very soon.